this. Well, a little over a month ago, Jim and I were talking about the wedding plans and his bachelor party, and we got on the subject of how long we've been friends. And so we put our heads together and we did the math. That took a while. I realized that if it had been 1 year longer, one of us would have probably had to take off a shoe. So, for the rest of my friends from high school, that's 20 years. 10 fingers, 2 guys. We all got that? So, in those 20 years that we have been so close, we've been through a lot together. All the achievements, the disappointments, and the happiness that one goes through in 2 decades. When people hear that you're going to be the best man at a wedding, first thing they ask you is what your relationship is to the groom. And at first I blamed this on the aforementioned, well, not being very bright, because I had trouble coming up with the answer right away. If there was some kind of form you had to fill out, and there was a blank next to my name, best man, relationship to groom, I mean, I know you're supposed to write best friend, but it seemed that somewhere along the line that had ceased to be the appropriate response. So there's this bond that happens over the years that far overshadows and transcends just what you would call friendship. And about a week and a half ago, I ceased being patient with myself, not being able to come up with the answer, and I would just tell people my brother's getting married. And I don't know many people that are fortunate enough to have a brother like mine. Jim is kind, he's generous, he's thoughtful, he's dedicated, loving, and sincere. If I got to pick my brother, most people are given one, and sometimes that relationship isn't so great. Anyone can see what Jim is like simply by mentioning his name to anyone that has had the privilege of knowing him. And today he's getting married. And I can't think of anybody else in this world that I want to see happy as much as Jim, and who deserves it as much as Jim. When I first saw Jim and Allison together, we were having dinner, and I was struck by the ease that they had with each other. There was a simple comfort that wasn't at all forced and pushed, and it's that sign that I've come to know means this is right, this will work, this is good, and it's that simple. I haven't known Allison for nearly as long as I've known Jim, obviously, but I know enough, and I know that someday I will be having a friend next to me, we'll be using our fingers and remarking that we've known Allison for 20 years. And we'll take our shoes off and add up how long we've known Jim. And once we start getting into their kids, I'm going to need a calculator. So if everyone would please raise their glass. For Jim and Allison, I love you both. Joy, happiness, laughter, and love. Congratulations.
Cheers.